Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this bank holiday Monday. Hope you've had a lovely long weekend and yeah, getting used to the shorter days, the darker evenings. It's kind of a coziness about that. I love this time of year, so hopefully you like it too. Our theme today is steady, so let's think about just availing of moments during our practice to just steady ourselves, steadying our body, but also steadying our mind. And hopefully then with that practice on the mat, we can start to take it off the mat and use it in our lives. So as always, throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So we'll begin our practice today lying down. Making yourself nice and comfortable on your mat. Closing your eyes. And being in the present moment. Letting go of the past and concerns for the future, and just being in this very moment with no roles, no responsibilities, nothing to do but spend this time connecting your body with your mind through your breath. And becoming aware of your connection points with the mat. Your heels, calves, thighs, glutes, your shoulder blades, arms and hands, back of your head. Every point that's connected to the mat. Feeling the security the mat brings you, safety as you lie here. And focus on that connection with your back and the mat, particularly that part of your back just below your shoulder blades. Focus in on that point, the back of your rib cage, and notice how that connection with the mat changes so subtly with your breath. The space of connection broadening and narrowing with your breath. And then let your attention go fully to your breath as you begin to direct it. Directing your inhale through your nose into your belly as it expands. Pause, and then exhaling through your nose. Then just letting your hands come either side of your navel area. Feeling it expand and contract with your breath. And then let's just begin to bring some engagement into it. So on your next exhale, drawing up your pelvic floor, belly button in and up, sides of the waist in, and just feel how that engagement of the core hardens your abdomen. And releasing it as you exhale, as you inhale. And again, engaging from the pelvic floor up as you exhale. And that subtle movement of engaging and releasing your core is really, really helpful in just building up your core strength and your pelvic floor strength. A really simple practice. Let's take 3 more breaths here like this. And then take a moment of steadiness. And when you're ready, bending your knees, rolling over onto your side, and let's make our way up to stand at the top of your mat. Good, and as you're standing here, checking in with the feet, hip width apart, equal weight on both feet, and that weight evenly distributed from the ball to the heel of your feet. And we're going to warm up nice and slowly with a sun salute on each side, so taking it easy as you just get your body moving. Let's draw the arms up, palms together, raise the gaze and take a breath. And then sweeping those arms out to the side, coming into a forward fold, bending your knees generously here. As you come into your fold, taking a breath. And then stepping the hands away to lengthen your spine, or lift up to halfway lift, whichever you prefer. And back to your forward fold, maybe going a little bit deeper this time, or just opening the legs out a little bit more. And placing the hands on the mat, let's step the right leg back and come into your low lunge, that left knee over the left ankle, raising the arms up, making sure they go past the ears. And then through to your plank. So activating those hands as you put them down onto the mat, curling that back toe as you step the left leg back and come into your plank. Soften at the elbows. Keeping the gaze on the mat. One more breath here. And coming down on your knees and feet, keeping the elbows in as you bring the chest down and then the belly. And hands either side of the chest, lifting up into your back bend, keeping that gaze on the mat. And then pushing on up through your tabletop, curling those toes. Let's lift up into a downward dog again. Coming into it slowly, pedaling those legs. Just letting your legs start to stretch out, nice and slow. Feeling the back broaden
the spine lengthen. And in your own time, coming to your place of stillness. And then experiment with your downward dog a little bit here. Step your legs out a little bit wider. Just notice how that feels on the back. It just might give you a little bit more space. You might feel that you're able to press away from your hands a little bit more, get a bit deeper. Or bring the legs in a little bit closer. And see how that feels. Can you maintain that nice length in the back? And then let's stretch the right leg out behind you and step it through for your low lunge on this side. Making sure those arms go up past the ears. And then hands down onto the mat, stepping it up to your forward fold. And then the knees coming all the way up to stand. Palms together, raise the gaze. And sweeping the arms out to the side, forward fold. Getting a little deeper. And halfway lift or lengthen spine. And forward fold again. And bringing the hands down onto the mat, stepping the left leg back this time. Keeping that right knee over the right ankle. Low lunge. And through to your plank again. 3 breaths here. And coming down, knees and feet, chest and belly, and drawing up into your baby cobra. Pushing on up here, through your tabletop to your downward dog. Two more breaths here. Finding that length in the spine, experimenting with your downward dog if you want. Seeing what gives you the most length in your spine. And then stretching that left leg out behind you and step it through. Low lunge. And making your way up into your forward fold. Bending the knees, coming all the way up, bringing those hands into prayer at the chest, closing the eyes, steady. And then from here, bringing the hands onto your hips, let's just turn that left foot out at a right angle and raising that left foot up onto your calf, or if you prefer, your thigh. Keeping that knee at a right angle and bringing yourself into your tree pose. One more breath here. And then releasing that leg down, let's just take it to the other side. So again, turning the foot to a right angle and drawing that foot up to your calf or thigh. And maybe bringing the hands into prayer. Engaging that core as you exhale, just helping you to find stillness. Feeling a little wobbly today. Hopefully you're feeling a bit steadier than me. And let's bring that right foot down. Again, closing the eyes. Steady. And then coming to the long side of the mat, stepping the feet out to about 2.5, 3 hip widths apart. And bring the arms out into a T, soften the shoulders. Engaging the core as you exhale. And then we're going to hinge at the hips here, and with the right arm, bring it down towards the left foot and raise the left arm up, following it with your gaze. So, got a nice revolved twist as you touch your toes, or at least point towards them. One more breath here. And let's take that over to the other side. One more breath. Getting a nice stretch on the backs of your legs with this pose. You can always bend the knees if you find the stretch a little strong. Bringing that hand down, and I'm going to just swivel on my mat to come into a downward dog, but on the long side of the mat. Taking 3 breaths here in downward dog. Really finding that length in the spine. Gaze towards the belly button. Each exhale, again engaging the core. And raising the right leg up. Step it forward. Keeping it extended. Just raise the torso up to halfway, clasping the hands. Lengthen the spine. It's a great stretch for both legs, for the calf of the back leg, for the hamstring of the front leg. And then releasing the hands, bring them out into a T shape and bend that right knee so it comes now over the knee, over the ankle. Hovering here. Keeping that back foot connected to the mat, fully connected to the mat. And then let's keep the legs as they are, raise the body up and raise the arms up, warrior 1. Softening your shoulders. Engaging that core with each exhale, lifting up the pelvic floor, belly button in and up. Keeping the legs as they are. Let the left hand come down onto the back of the thigh. Turn your gaze to look at the palm of your hand as you just take a nice back bend here. Reverse warrior. And coming to upright, open out this front leg again, so just straighten it, keeping the knees soft, folding forward here over this extended leg. And then drawing those hands behind your back and bringing them away to just help you get a little deeper. This right leg should be really feeling fully stretched out now. And then releasing the hands, bring them down onto the mat, framing your foot, stepping it back into a downward dog. And in your downward dog, find your pose. And then just think steady. Then raising the left leg behind you, step it through. Again, you want both feet fully connected to the mat. You can keep this left leg extended as you raise the torso up to halfway and pressing the hands away. Keep the gaze down on the mat. Then bending that left knee so it comes directly over the ankle as you draw the arms out into a T and hover here over the leg. And just building up the strength in that left leg as the right leg stretches. And rising up to your warrior one. Having those arms running up past the ears. Keeping the knee directly over the ankle, just watching it doesn't fall in. And that back foot fully connected to the mat. And then keeping the legs as they are, letting the right hand come down onto the back of the thigh, turning the palm over, raising the gaze, bend that left elbow as you come into your reverse warrior. And then drawing the hands down as you open out this left leg and come into your forward fold here. Each breath just helping you get a little deeper. And then let's bring those hands together behind the back, raising them away from the back for your forward fold here. Releasing the hands, bring them down onto the mat, stepping it back into your downward dog once again. And steady yourself. Now let's flow through those poses. So stretching the right leg out and stepping it forward, keeping that right leg extended, coming to halfway, hands clasped. Take a breath. Through to airplane, arms in a T, bending the knee over the ankle. Drawing up to your warrior one. And through to your reverse warrior. Left hand on the back of your leg. Extending the front leg again as you forward fold over it. Hands behind your back, drawing them away. Releasing the hands, stepping it back to downward dog. Left leg out behind you and stepping it through, keeping that leg extended halfway up. Bending the left knee over the ankle, arms in a T. Through to warrior one. And then reverse warrior. Forward fold over this extended front leg. Hands behind the back. Releasing the hands, coming back, downward dog for 3 breaths. Steady. Stretching the right leg out behind you, stepping it through, extending that leg as you come halfway up, pushing the arms away, through to your airplane, knee over ankle, rising into your warrior one, and then taking it to reverse warrior. Folding forward as you extend that front leg. And bringing the hands behind the back and drawing them away. And releasing the hands to come into your downward dog. Raising the left leg up and step it through, coming halfway up. Bending the knee, airplane pose. Raising the torso and arms, warrior one. Dropping the right arm, bending the back for reverse warrior. Coming back to upright as you lengthen that front leg and fold over it. Hands together behind the back. Releasing those hands to step it into downward dog again. 3 breaths here. Nice and steady. Let's do that flow one more time on each side. Raising the right leg up. Step it through, extending that front leg. Halfway up with the hands away. Keeping the body at this level. Bringing the arms into a T, right knee over right ankle. And rising up to your warrior one. And then reverse warrior. And extending that front leg as you fold over it. Bringing the hands behind the back and drawing them away. And releasing the hands, stepping it back, downward dog. Stretching out that left leg, stepping it to the front as you come halfway up. Bending the knee into your airplane. Rising up to warrior one. And taking it through to reverse warrior. Extending the front leg as you fold over it. Hands behind the back, clasped. Draw them away. And releasing the hands as you step it back to your downward dog. Taking 3 breaths, nice and steady. And bringing the knees down onto the mat, pushing back to a child's pose, whichever is your preferred version. Allow the body to soften and steady. And when you're ready, coming up into tabletop and stepping the left foot up and then the right, having the toes together, heels just a little bit apart, bending those knees, sinking the hips down, and then keeping the legs as they are as you rise up into a chair pose, engaging that core. One more breath here. And then stepping those feet out, pointing the feet away as you come down into a squat, pressing those elbows into the knees and knees into the elbows. One more breath here. And bringing those hands down onto the mat as you make your way down to lie on the front of your body and putting one arm on top of the other, resting your forehead here for a nice little crocodile pose. And then when you're ready, bringing the arms down by your side, forehead onto the mat. And let's bend the left knee. If you can reach your left ankle with your left hand, do. If you can't do that, pause the video and go and get a belt. And then just wrap it around your ankle or your foot. Probably the top of your foot is a little easier. And then let's lift this left leg up, away from the mat. It's a really big stretch for the quad, I'm sure you can feel that. And for the knee, one more breath here. And then releasing the left leg down. Softening the body, taking a breath, steady. And let's bend the right leg. And again, holding on to the foot or the ankle, raise that right leg up, bringing the knee away from the mat and stretching that quad. And lowering it down, letting the leg come out long. And taking a breath here, nice and steady. And then let's just raise that left leg up. And bring it down, raising the right leg up. And draw it down. And again, left leg. And right leg. And once more on each side, left leg. And right leg. And letting both legs come down. And then let's raise both legs together. So trying to get the knees away from the mat. You might find it helpful to raise the arms a little bit off the mat too. And lowering the legs down, bringing the hands either side of the chest, elbows in, and let's push up into a cobra. Lengthening the arms here. Just turn your gaze towards the left, towards your left foot. Keep a softness in the elbows. Nice back bend. And coming back to the center. And let's take our gaze to the right. And back to the center once more. And then lowering down to come into your crocodile pose once again. And steady. And then when you're ready, drawing yourself up into tabletop and swinging around to come into your staff pose. So legs outstretched, toes pointing upwards, hands either side of the hips as you sit up nice and tall here. Equal weight on both seat bones. Engaging that core with each exhale. And then when you're ready, bending this right knee and lifting the leg up into your cradle pose. Sitting up tall, shoulders over hips. Just finding that point where you're feeling the stretch in this leg, going right down the outside of the hamstring and up through to your glutes. And then let's release that right leg out long and bending the left leg, lifting that up into its cradle pose, sitting up tall. Feeling that stretch. And as it comes down, just let your left shin come parallel to the short side of the mat and draw the right shin back so it's parallel to the long side of the mat. And let's take a nice twist here. So really feeling the whole front of your body open and stretch. And then taking the right hand, just draw it behind your back, maybe holding on to your left elbow if you can. So you just allow the chest to really open up. And then coming back to upright here, keeping this left leg where it is. With the right leg, and you can hold on to your left ankle here. With the right leg, hold on to the foot, raising that leg up and out to the side as you sit up tall. One more breath here. And then letting that right foot come down, extending it out, still with this left leg bent. Step it across the right leg, and let's take a twist here. So we're deepening the twist. It's deeper than the original torso stretch, as we just allow the whole spine to rotate. And then if you can, with this right leg, just bend this right leg in as well. So we're almost like a pretzel. Keeping this left foot across the thigh of the right foot if you can. And deepening the twist further. So you should feel quite a big stretch coming all the way up the side of this left leg. And if you want even a little bit more, take that left arm, bring it behind you. So you're totally tied up in a knot. Keeping that spine nice and long. One more breath here. And then let's unravel everything. Let the legs come out long and just give them a little shake. Let's take that to the other side. I'll just swivel around so I don't have my back to you. So this time we want the right shin parallel with the short side, that left shin coming to parallel with the long side as we begin with our torso stretch. Feeling that whole front of the body open up and lengthen. And then taking that left hand behind you, and if you can, holding on to the elbow of the right hand. So you feel the chest expand and the front of the body lengthen. One more breath here. And then as you straighten the spine, keeping the right leg where it is, just hold on to the foot of that left leg and raise it up, opening it out, still sitting up nice and tall, this time looking to the front of the body, the front of the mat. And then releasing that left leg, let it come out long as you step your right foot across that left leg, and let's take our twist to the right. Again, feeling the stretch here, lengthen through the spine. And then let's try and bend this left leg, drawing it up and keeping this right foot and right leg over the thigh of the left leg. I'm getting confused with my legs now. Feeling that twist as you lengthen. And then maybe drawing the right hand behind you. One more breath here. And then let's unravel the body. Let the legs come out long. Give them a shake. Sitting up tall. Close the eyes. Steady. And hinging at the hips, let's come forward over the legs here. And just a nice counter pose after the twist. One more breath here. And coming back to upright, bending your knees and just lowering yourself down onto your mat. You're going to hug those knees into the chest and just gently sway from side to side. And when you're ready, letting the feet come down and the legs extend out. Arms down by your sides with your palms facing upwards. Softening the body. Letting go of the toes and the soles of your feet. Letting go of the tops of your feet, your heels and ankles. Letting go of your calves and your shins, your knees, front and back. Letting go your thighs, front and back. Your glutes and pelvis, the whole back of your body, rib cage, spine, shoulder blades, just let it go. Letting go the front of your body, rib cage, chest and shoulders. Letting go your armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, backs of your hands, palms of your hands, and your fingers. Letting go the back of your head, the crown of your head, your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, jaw, chin, lips and tongue. The whole of your body, just let it go. And taking time here for gratitude. Gratitude to yourself, your body, your ability to steady yourself. And then let your attention
go to your breath as you inhale through your nose into your belly, pause, and then exhaling through your nose. Each breath just helping you to connect a little deeper with your inner self. And imagine you're walking in a forest. Notice the trees above you and beside you. Notice the smells, the textures, the sounds, the feel of the soft earth beneath your feet. And as you walk, you hear a little brook babbling. Make your way towards that sound. See the water flowing. Hear birds singing. Find a nice place to sit here and spend a little time at peace.